Well, it's a new day for arts and culture in Nassau County. Here to tell us about a new name, mission, and creative trajectory is Richard Restiano. He's president of the Nassau Council of Arts and Culture Incorporated. Hey, Richard, welcome back.
Hey, thanks, Ann. Thanks for giving us the opportunity.
Absolutely. So you were on the program in May. You were advocating for the designation of this newly formulated council and so that has been approved by the county commission in Nassau County.
So what we did was we pretty much reinvented the idea of an arts and culture organization. Previously, we were as a county commission last year. That had its limitations in its structure and its 15-year history.
It was under the arm of the county commission.
That's right. So to make changes to be more liberated into generating funds, collecting donations, adding volunteers, and having a vision that reaches the whole county. The only way to do that was to dissolve that, which we did last December, and form the nonprofit, which I did in January and February.
And so the county commission has now designated this what's known as an LAA, a local arts agency, and that basically gives you some power to seek grants and develop programs.
Right. It gives you the standing with the county, as well as you get the benefit of the specialty license plate that the county has for the arts. So state of the arts plates, is maybe not as popular as Save the Turtles and the Horses on Cumberland, but it has its following. So the revenue from anybody who subscribes to that license plate comes our way. So you get that small funding, you get the designation, which of course is the most important thing, because what that does is it enables you to connect with the other local arts agencies in the state as an association, and have the advocacy to petition the political parties, the right senators and representatives that will vote on arts and culture, and you have an ability to speak to them, have a presence, and get what you think makes a lot of sense to grow the arts business and community in Nassau. We've got such a small group uh, throughout the mainland off Amelia Island, and such a very well formed group in on Amelia Island. What our mission is now to if we're not going to try to move these folks, but what we want to do is we want to create the same kind of energy and immediacy in the county outside of the island.
And for people who aren't really familiar with the geography, Amelia Island obviously is an island. It's on the eastern side of Nassau County, traditional kind of base of Fernandina Beach, a lot of development. But the western county, which includes places like Yulee, has grown a great deal in recent years.
Oh, absolutely. And I think one of the drivers, aside from the limitations of the previous organization, was the immediate and potential growth in Mid County. So when you have Wildlight active in its building of a development, you have Callahan building uh, up in their neck of the woods. What we needed to do is create a way to bridge the arts groups down on the island and create an arts group up in the Callahan area. So what we're looking to do is actually create a West Side Arts Alliance that can join in with the arts community on the island and have a better integration, bringing the arts to the whole county.
So Nassau probably hasn't traditionally been considered, a hub of arts and culture. It's a rural county until very recently. It was a pretty small county, although that is changing with a lot of booming development. So, what role does art and culture play in Nassau County?
Well, it's really interesting. The county has been very good in working on their 2050 vision. And over the last couple of months, actually almost the whole year, they've had site events where they get the input from the residents. And if you look at the 10 or 12 things that they think are important on the resident side, arts and culture comes in 4 or 5 almost every time, because not only do they want it for themselves, but they want to make sure the next generation and their children have the ability and the opportunity to enjoy the arts. That impetus is what made us move to a broader vision.
And Richard, just briefly, I mean, so this has been approved. What changes should people expect to see in the near future?
Well, what I hope to be able to put together is three things. One up in Callahan, where we have the West Side Arts Alliance, getting all those independent artists together as an organization, and then building on that to have a better presence. In Yulee, we have the historic preservation. We're working with them to set up a historic park to make Yulee have a sense of pride of place, historic significance. And what we've also done then is look to the 3 to 5 years where we put a theater, a venue, performance venues, arts and galleries, all in Mid County.
Well, Richard Restiano, we look forward to circling back when some of those things are coming online. Thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.